do a lot of courses because if you develop your mind, you're wide. But basically, when you want to become a currency trader, you don't need any of those,
Not even numerical skills, because I do know that at least numerical and perhaps analytical skills, because you will be dealing with a lot of graphs, charts.
Yeah,
and
those things, they're like what I call like things you pick on the street. They're street smart things. They're not like, when you get, they expect, for instance, somebody who's coming for FX should have been to secondary school, so he knows what the graph is. When you said,
yes, but what if it was terrible? What if the person was terrible at math, even up to the SSC level, and he wanted to come look at and decipher graphs?
You can reason. Let me get this way. When you do physics in SS2, SS1, you're doing what I call a speed graph. The speed graph is just the speed of time against your speed. Your velocity graph is a graph against speed and time. So basically, when you see an FX chart, it's graph of time, price against time. These things are simple.
You'll be surprised at how many people don't even know that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but it's over time. And that's why, you see, when people come for a training sometimes, I tell them, don't try and, it's like, the normal pathway of learning is that when you're learning something, you want to just pick it up and put everything in your brain at once and you understand it. But that's not the way we learn. The way we actually learn, if you check the way you learn to speak either English, not to write or, English, the way you learn to speak English or your local language, you're not trying to cram something. You are just living every day and you just see yourself speaking that language. In the same way, if you come for an FX class and you just enjoy the class, just flow. Before you know what, you see that the class comes to you. And you see, I think that's the major reason why a lot of people actually, when we're in school, didn't get something. Because when you're in school, they're trying to make you, just put in everything.
Within a time,
when they give
time
you
frame,
a flow, don't stress your brain kind of a thing, just flow. You see that those things come to you. And that's why when I say it's as simple as ABC, it's actually as simple as that because it just comes to you, like that.
Okay, but some people might say, okay, in the sense it's a continuous thing, should someone who's come for like a 1-week class or even an advanced class, should the person do like periodic refresher courses coming back to that same, or do you have a structure whereby, apart from the basic class or the advanced class, someone who's been to even the advanced class can even come back?
Okay. Now, what we try to do is that, you see, when you come for our basic training, the 1-week training, before I even go to that, there's another issue there. Why the trainings cannot be overextended is basically because it costs a lot, to give you that 1-week training. So by the time we say we make it 3 months, a 3-month training, because I can create a curriculum on 3 months for FX training, I can't do that. We can actually stretch for 3 months. But by the time you say you should maybe come and pay like $500,000 for 3 months training, you're going to get a lot of people running away because I'm like, wow, I'm looking for money to come and pay that. So it's like going to pay for an MBA or something somewhere. So basically it becomes too expensive, and that's why you make it a week. But the good thing about it is that people can actually come back every week and repeat that class for as long as you want. If you are free, for people who have the jobs might be tough, but you can keep coming every week. I have people, maybe they came for 2 weeks for classes and they go, maybe they have some issues, they come back again, and they attend that classes again, refresh their mind. And so many times, even when the trainers teach, because I believe in teachers that improve themselves. So if I'm in school right now and I listen to my teacher, when I come in like 3 years later, you see my teacher teaching exactly the way he taught. You should be teaching differently,
Okay.
So basically, I expect, some of those things.
Now, some people might say that for some of these trainings, they find it too theoretical, as it were. Some of them believe that it should be more hands-on. I mean, we're looking at graphs, we're looking at numbers, we're looking at all kinds of figures. It should be more hands-on, more practical than theoretical. Now, honestly, tell me honestly, is it more hands-on than theoretical?
Okay. This way, most of the time, if you check our training, it doesn't happen on weekends.
Okay.
It happens during the week because the market is open during the week, not on weekends. And because of that, people can actually, we even recommend that when you come for training, you come with your laptop, so that you can actually be doing whatever, you've been shown, you can actually do it live, while the market is actually up. And a lot of times, even like on Thursdays, most of the time when we do trainings on Thursdays, there's a particular news that is being released. The trainer makes sure that he teaches, the fundamental analysis class during those times, so that they can see practically how price reacts to those, news, whether it's positive or negative.
So you present real-life scenarios, real-life trading scenarios for them to react to, make judgments, make decisions, and all of that. Yeah,
like while you're in class, you're looking at the live market. Another thing we try to do as much as possible is apart from textbooks, like I was telling you, students are given textbooks in class, for this 1 week. Now, we don't expect that in 1 week you're going to be able to digest all of this, all of this, because these are the 2 books we give. This actually,
Forex, that's basically Forex made easy.
Forex, this is better to made easy. This actually on the software there's a software that I use for trading. You need to know how to use that tool. So this book is actually on that. Then this one is actually on FX and all that. Now, if you check the word Forex trading or currencies trading, there are two parts to it. You have the currencies and you have the trading. Most of the time, when people go for, 2-3 years ago, they do seminars in Nigeria, what they're teaching people was on FX, what is Forex, what is all of that. And that's not the real thing. The real thing is on the trading, the trading skills, how to determine where price is going to go up, where it's going to go down, and all of that. So, and that's basically what this particular book is about. It's not on what Forex is. It's actually on how to actually trade Forex, profitably.
So I can read the book and have my laptop and just apply that to a live trading session.
And another thing we try to do is that, to guarantee to a large extent that when students come for our 1 week training, they don't just go back and we give account
to trade
$30, so that while immediately they're through, they have we automatically force them to open an account during the class, and then we fund it with $30 of our own money, to make sure that after the class they don't just go and forget about everything. They try to get their hands dirty with the market.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, what core habit or habits can a trader, especially one starting out, imbibe or enhance to help strengthen his learning curve?
Now, I think for me, number one, if you want to be a successful reader, you cannot afford to be a lazy reader. You have to read. You have to read.
When you say read up on all that's going on in the market, apart from the Forex,
we're giving you these two books.
Okay.
But I don't expect that just after these two books you finish reading. You have to keep, you have to read wide, get other authors. Let me give you a case scenario. I think we've spoken about Bollinger Bands here. Bollinger Bands is the name of somebody who created a software that is used for trading or an indicator. Now, Bollinger Band himself has a textbook on Bollinger Bands or technical analysis. These books, some of them are 400 pages. Now, the problem with a lot of traders is that they're looking at just the money, and I understand. Because everybody needs, the payoff at the end of the month. But basically, we need to invest in reading. A lot of these books are not even, you don't have to buy them nowadays. They are free online. But you have, a good trader must be ready to read. Not just read about FX, but also read wide. Because so many times...
Basic economic issues.
It's all about the market. Websites, read about the news, what's happening. For instance, you're trading Euro and you don't know what's happening in Europe. It doesn't make sense as a trader. If you're trading the US dollar, for instance, you must be abreast of all economic news and indicators coming out from the US. You must listen to what Obama is talking about. You must listen to, for instance, about 2 weeks ago, they were talking about the healthcare bill from the Supreme Court. You must be abreast of all these news because everything has an effect on those currencies. So, as a trader, you can't afford to be lazy. There's nothing like, I'm a local trader. It doesn't exist when you become a trader. You need to,
even for a part-time,
all this news.
Even for a part-time trader who has a 9-to-5 job and is just trying to make some money on the side.
We're living in such an age where everybody has a part somewhere. I have like 3 or 4 parts, several, small in different sizes. So there's something like you are busy. Everywhere you are, you have a phone, that phone has internet, you're reading something. So you can't afford to say, oh, I'm a part-time trader. Part-time trader, check most traders these days, they go out with their iPad and they're placing trades on it. So this age, there's no excuse.
Right.
At all.
Interesting. So it's definitely something, well, obviously it's definitely something you would recommend. But can you give us 1 or 2 secrets that have worked for you? Maybe 1 or 2 tips that some traders who are still thinking, those who are already trading, Michael, he sounds good. He probably is a good trader. What's the secret?
Let me say this. I think I know when I do, there's this slide I created I call the ultimate introduction to FX. It's quite a long slide. I used to teach people about FX. And the last thing I said in that slide was that currency trading is like any profession. It requires a lot of effort and a lot of flair. You need to have a lot of flair. I think there's this man, Les Brown, he says you have to be hungry. If you are really hungry to succeed, for me, that's the major tool you need. Just like you want to be a very good doctor, you want to be a good engineer. In fact, you want to be a very good currency trader, you need to have that flair, you need to have that hunger, you need to have that drive. And that drive is such that, I think I was talking to my friend the other day. Ababio. I don't know whether you did chemistry.
No, I didn't.
There's this chemistry textbook. It's called Ababio. We're just looking back. Ababio was, it became like a side book for me when I was in school. Everywhere I was going, I tore out copies of the books and reading everywhere. And so my chemistry, I had, chemistry was easy, basically because I had a lot of flair for it. In the same way, when you have flair for something, everywhere you go, you're thinking about it. Everywhere you go, you're reading about it. Everywhere you go, you're analyzing about it. You become successful at it. And to me, that's my own major secret, as a currency trader.
Okay, well, hopefully maybe that can work for someone else. for someone else too. Thank you so much, Michael, for being here for that insightful look into a learning curve for currencies traders at the market. I have been talking to Michael Akinwale. He's a currencies trader and trainer at Forextime, one of Nigeria's leading Forex trainers and traders. And we have been looking at currencies, a learning curve for currencies traders at the currencies market. We'll take another quick break and we'll be right back.